50s.
That's pretty good.
Angle kind of switched around on us again. So let me know if you want me to adjust that before you take your sample.
Still looks pretty good. Around the 50s and 60s. I think the position's good. We'll lock it out there.
Okay, I'm locked.
Could we tilt over a little bit to
Sure.
center it up? Around 5, right? Thanks.
Yeah.
Of course.
Might crop in a bit. Just
Go ahead
to
and push in. Yeah. If you come a little wide, we can have it with the chimney. Ho ho.
Did that quick. Okay, starting sample now.
That's S5. I'd say that's like 50 centimeters above orifice, maybe a little more.
Let's have a look. Are you going to come a little wide there, please? Yeah, that's good. Yeah, 50, 40, 50, something like that.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, Eric, I think you're at 50. Video if you want to push in there again. That's good.
So Eric, once you analyze these back in the lab, do you ever go back to the video just to kind of remind yourself of the context of the sample?
Yeah, we'll have to go back, look at the screen grabs, and check where we are spatially to see what kind of diffusion and dilution we get around the site.
Right. I guess that's another reason why the complete YouTube captures of each diver are pretty cool now.
I'm also having Michelle write down notes about where we are and what kind of temperatures we're getting.
Yep. So I just got a nice tidbit of information on vampire squid from Nautilus Live that's pertinent to some other stuff we've been doing on this cruise, and that's that they may be one of the few species of cephalopod that actually goes through multiple reproductive cycles before they die.
Interesting.
Yeah, we saw at the Octopus Garden, the big thing there is that those octopus go through one reproductive cycle, brood their eggs, and then die. But that's an interesting bit of information on the vampires. Thank you very much.
Do we know what the octopus was at the Octopus Garden?
The species?
Yeah.
No, we don't, apparently. I don't think we do. Apparently, the reports I've been getting is that it's very difficult to actually assign a particular species visually. You can talk about the family, perhaps, but you've got to take a sample otherwise. So just for those of you wondering where we are in the world, we are pretty zoomed in right now on the Hercules manipulator arm, holding an intake one for hydrothermal vent fluids. Just off to the left of the field of view there, you can actually see one of those chimneys with the shimmering hot fluid coming out of it. We've been working pretty much all morning so far at the Seacliff hydrothermal vent site, which is located 2,700 meters below the surface of the ocean, at the Gorda Ridge Marine Trench, which is a gigantic geological feature where the Gorda and Pacific tectonic plates meet under the ocean here. You can hear the voices on SPL, Science Party Line. They're coming to you from the control van of the Nautilus, where we're controlling all of this action from. And the Nautilus itself is operating about 180 kilometers off the west coast of North America. Just pretty much off the Oregon-California border. So I hope that gives you a sense of where we're operating and the zoom through of the physical scales you can see here. Pretty much that field of view you've got in front of you on the Hercules camera is probably about 40 or 50 centimeters wide, to give you a sense of how much we're zoomed in. Thanks also to Alex Havens on Nautilus Live for letting us know that contrary to their name, the vampire squid are not bloodsuckers. They feed mainly on drifting marine detritus or marine snow.
Are they pretty common?
Vampire squid?
Uh-huh.
I can tell you that in 2 cruises with the Nautilus, I've seen 2 vampire squid. I don't know how you'd process that data.
Either you're really lucky, or maybe
they're abundant.
Common.
Yeah. Just a quick shout out on Nautilus Live to Alex Lischinski. She also says hi to Sarah Matisic.
Woo! We were on the same cruise last year. I was an intern. She was a SCL.
SCF.
SCF, yes.
Yep.
Sorry.
She's coming back later this year as a lead science communication fellow.
She's gonna be awesome.
Hey, Chris.
Okay, sample ended.
Video, you want to come a little wide there, please?
Can you come wide on Argus 2 for a sec?
That's good video, thank you.
And flow count is 42366.
Alex, can we do a ship move 5 meters, 190?
Can we come wide on Herc a bit?
Yeah, sure. Video, come wide, please. How far wide do you want to see?
Sorry, hold on. You didn't put a time. How far can you reach to the left?
Well, if we look back, do you mind looking at the tube coils?
The rate was 3.79 and the volume was 22.7.
A little bit of extension left on
22.7.
us.
Got it.
Eric?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
So we have a little bit of extension left.
Like left we can move because that's bringing in front of the vehicle, right? So
Could you get above that second chimney?
We'll see.
Oh, I see.
We can try, and if not, yeah, we can try.
Probably get there. I'll give you some bubble out there too. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
What are our bounds on this one?
Haven't decided yet.
How far up above this chimney do you want it?
What do we got temperature-wise right now?
We're at 7, 4.
I think we want to go into it a little more.
Okay. I think I have a little bit left on this. Into it this way?
Yeah.
Still pretty low. 5,
Pretty
7.
high above it.
Yeah.
Might want to zoom in because it's pretty far away.
Yeah. Video, go ahead and zoom in, please.
Can we tilt up first? It'll
Sure.
be
Yeah.
cut off if I zoom out.
Go ahead and zoom. Hold that. Pull back a little bit. There you go. Thank you.
Roger.
Ooh, too far.
Let's try to the right a little bit more.
To the right?
Yeah. It's like an inch.
Out there?
Yeah.
I'm frozen here.
Temperatures are the same still. 3,
Looks like
4,
it's a little
5.
bit under me this way, huh? Eric, want me to, if you look in bubble cam, I can slide a little bit towards the vehicle. If you're not getting temperatures that you're happy with.
It's increasing now.
No, I'm okay with this. This is going to be like a more diffuse sample.
Roger, understood.
Let's take this one. Lower bounds at 0.
0 to 115?
Yeah.
Okay. Starting sample now.
So for those of you watching these operations on Nautilus Live, feel free to keep your questions and comments coming in on the live feed. We receive them here in the control room, and as the pace of operations allows us, we'll discuss them on air and maybe get you some answers or feedback. It's always great to know that we've got folks all around the world joining us on these expeditions. At the moment, I can see you all across Canada and the United States, down through Mexico and into the Caribbean, South America as well, and a number of you joining us from Europe at the moment through, I think that's Turkey as well. I think our
Sorry, no, I'll go.
I think our good friends in Australia and New Zealand are getting some well-earned rest before following us through the rest of the day. Many of them are up with us through the night.
What would you estimate our distance from the orifice?
From the large orifice, the tall one, I mean?
Whichever one we've been typically
Video,
measuring
come
from.
a little wide. We've been measuring from the big fat one down below.
Yeah.
So there's a few in the area.
Yeah.
Which one you're referring to?
I think she's asking the one we've been referencing
large
before,
one?
the large one. So it's at an angle, so is the scaling laser still on?
Meter?
Yeah.
Or maybe not quite.
Let's see this. So scale bar. Yeah,
That's fine.
I think a
Yeah.
meter,
That's fine.
yeah.
And then from the closer orifice, is that like just a,
from the closest one? Yeah,
Yeah.
video zoom in.
15, 20 centimeters probably.
okay, thank you.
Yeah. That's funny.
For those of you wondering on Nautilus Live about the operation of the manipulator arm, we haven't ever experimented with a virtual reality type of interface for it. I believe a number of years ago there was an attempt to perhaps use a pair of video cameras to generate a stereoscopic view, but that was difficult to actually get it working in any kind of functionally useful way. The main tool that's used for operating the manipulator arm is a small scale model of the entire manipulator arm with all its articulations that sits on the control desk in front of the Hercules pilot, and when they operate it they'll then pick up that scale model, and every movement they make with the arm in front of them will be replicated by the manipulator arm at depth on Hercules. Even down to a little bit of force feedback, is that right, Jessica?
We don't actually use force feedback.
Okay.
But it is an option if you so desire.
Thank you. Just saying hi to some of our friends around the world. Apparently it was Armenia, was that little red dot in the Middle East I was seeing. So I'm glad you guys are with us. Hope you're enjoying this morning's dive. So just a few comments to keep you orientated with our operations on what will be our last dive of the subsea expedition. We are zoomed in with Hercules and continuing to take vent fluid samples from the Seacliff hydrothermal vent sites. We are 2,700 meters below the surface of the ocean at the Gorda Ridge Marine Trench, where the Pacific and Gorda tectonic plates meet each other. The voices you can all hear. We are, all of us, the 8 to 12 watch in the Nautilus control van of the exploration vessel Nautilus, operating in the eastern Pacific Ocean off the west coast of North America, just off the coast of Northern California, Southern Oregon. That shimmering fluid you can see in front of you, that's the hot hydrothermal vent fluid that is, as we look at it there, is actively mixing with the seawater. That's what gives it that kind of turbulent shimmering effect.
Sorry, Michelle, it's a little hard to hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was off. Sample ended at 1828.
Okay.
The end flow count was 49747. The rate was 3.51 and the volume to 1.0. Just so you know, we can't hear you, Nicole.
21.0 liters?
Yes.
Can we come wide on Herc, please?
Yeah, go ahead, video, come wide. It's good.
Can you pan downward a little bit?
Sure. What are you thinking?
Let's get back in the main orifice.
Okay. And where would you like us to position?
Try to be in the center of it.
Center, roger.
Direction more left than center.
Is it
Roger,
okay
left and center.
Is it okay that that bungee is still wrapped around the
Yeah,
thingy?
it's...
I mean, you could, if you yaw to the right, it'll probably slide off like yaw almost so you're straight again.
Yeah. I don't think it's really doing us any harm.
Yeah, it's just making it pulling on your wrist the whole time, that's all.
Roger.
But you have to rotate your wrist the other way while you do it. Yeah. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's
probably
fine.
not going to come undone.
Yeah. All right. Okay, Eric, so you want it more center, and then you want to push in their video, please?
Yeah.
That's good. Hold that. To move up a little bit. Would you like to be able to see the tip, Eric?
No, let's move it in a little bit more though.
Okay.
It's in the 30s, 40s.
Oh. Okay. Hold that. Yep, come wide, thank you. Come a little bit more wide, please.
And pull wide.
Roger. Let me think this through real quick. Okay, I just want to assess the cables real quick, guys. Video push in, please. Hold that. Okay, everything looks all right still. Okay, come wide. Thank you. Sorry about that, Eric.
No worries.
Well, that undid the bungee.
That's part of the reason why I did that.
Yeah.
It's getting strained the whole time, and then you're working right on the, when you're going back and forth between continuous and non-continuous, you're right up against one edge, and then it finally
Gave out.
gave out after holding it there for so long.
Roger.
There's quite a bit of strain even with a little bungee
Okay.
on there, but it should be better now.
Video push in, please. That's good. All right, Eric, so back to square one.
We're in the 30s. Staying in the 30s and 20s.
A little further in. 1 inch to the left, please.
Go ahead, Lee.
Roger.
We're growing. We're in the 70s.
Hold for a second.
I'm holding here.
Let's go down into it 1 inch.
Roger. Going down into 1 inch. How about that?
We're in the low hundreds and in the 90s now.
Alex, can we do a ship move? Do 5 meters at let's do like 275. Yeah.
Let's do sample 80 to 115.
80 to 115? Okay. Okay, starting sample now.
Josh, would you be able to give him the flow meter?
Yeah.
So let me just take you for a quick tour around those cameras on the quad view that you can see if you're watching that particular view on Nautilus Live. In the top left, you've got the Hercules view of the manipulator arm holding an intake wand over the flow coming out of this hydrothermal vent at the Seacliff hydrothermal vent site. Top right, you've got the view from Argus as it looks, seems pretty much straight down there on top of...
Yeah, we're just moving the ship offshore a little bit here.
Yeah, straight down on Hercules as it's pressed up against that that slope there. Bottom left view, you can see the Hercules bubble camera turned round to focus on the flow rate meter there that shows that we are actively drawing fluid in from the hydrothermal vent to our sample containers. And then bottom right, you've actually got an insert that just shows a map view of where the Nautilus is operating, just about 180 kilometers off the west coast of North America, pretty much at the same latitude as the Oregon-California border.
Let's do one more step too, Alex. Yeah, thanks.
It's probably like 10 centimeters, maybe less. Let's do 5 to 10.
I know a number of your Nautilus Live use these extended views we have of one particular event to try and spot the various fauna we have existing around them. And I also know a number of you have been noting that it really seems to vary from vent to vent. Certainly we've experienced on this cruise that the sites of diffuse flow, i.e. not these little chimneys that we've been seeing, but where the rock seeps out over, where the water seeps out over a more extended area, that appears to be where we're seeing most of the tube worms and the really high densities of living organisms. Occasionally at these focused flow vents, we are seeing a few creatures. I can't quite tell what's going on at this vent, but there might be some alvanella worms just at the bottom center of the Hercules view. It's a bit difficult to tell at this particular zoom we're at. But it is certainly something we've been learning at these sites, is how much, even though we're really you know, darting around over a really a patch of the seafloor that's maybe 100 meters by 100 meters, just how much variation and diversity there is from site to site. And that's one of the great reasons to actually come here and explore, is to try and understand why that might be the case.
Click them on too.
I'm on chart 3. 115. It's 80 to 115.
That's okay.
So the Sea Cliff site is off to one side of the main axis of Gorda Ridge. On the steep valley sides, as this as we climb back up to the tip of the ridge, and then on the opposite side is the long downslope to the abyssal plain. So we're kind of in an elevated valley, if you like, on the seafloor. A few nights ago we had the opportunity to go explore a little bit and travelled more towards the what's called the central axis, which is the place where the plates exactly meet on the seafloor. That was where we saw some of, if you were joining us, some of the amazing geological features on the seafloor. Big walls of pillow basalts, huge fissures, and collapsed what appeared to be lava chambers. That was also where we saw some of the features that actually one of our Nautilus Live viewers dubbed the pillars of crenation. We had these basalt pillars with various crinoids, corals, and glass sponges occupying them, very much like a deep sea high-rise of life. So over the course of this expedition we had the chance to see some pretty amazing places, and with the facility now to view all of our dives in their entirety on YouTube, you can actually go back and relive some of those moments. This dive that we're executing today is scheduled to continue to approximately 5:30 in the afternoon Pacific time, at which point we will recover the vehicles and begin our 40-hour journey back to the San Francisco Bay Area. We then have a couple of days of demobilization followed by mobilization for the next crew, and a new group of scientists will come on board for what we call a mapping leg, where we're in transit from San Francisco to Hawaii, but conducting multi-beam sonar mapping all the way. If you have any time away from watching the dive action today, don't forget to check out some of the links on the Nautilus Live website, in particular where it says follow us. Maybe try clicking on Instagram today, and because a couple of our crew members, our video engineer and video engineering intern, have taken over our Nautilus Instagram feed and are showcasing some of the various roles that female scientists and technicians occupy on board the Nautilus. Should be some great stories to follow. For those of you wondering how many more watches there will be on this dive, well, we're just coming to the conclusion of the 8 to 12 watch. Then we'll be joined by the 12 to 4 p.m. watch, to take you through the afternoon. And then, depending upon how things go, it'll be a little bit more exploration for 4 to 8 p.m. watch, and then midway through their watch, they'll go into what we call the blue water phase as they ascend the vehicles. And we pretty much plan to have the vehicles back on deck just at the end of the 4 to 8 p.m. watch this evening.
Sample ended.
We can zoom in a bit on Argus now.
All right.
Just
Oh.
go ahead.
Final flow count 59017.
It's a little bit of light there.
The rate is 4.41 and volume is 26.5.
Copy, thank you.
Just let's move it down into the orifice an inch.
Roger. Sorry. How does that look for you?
I'm getting 56 degrees.
70s.
Can we get the bubble cam on the wand?
Yep.
'80s, '90s,
Oh, it's really
back down to
wonky.
the '70s.
Yep, right there. Can you see it?
Let's move it down a little more.
Roger, moving down.
Well, current shift here, now it's all coming at us.
All right, Eric, I'm paused here.
It's even lower, 30 degrees. Pull it back towards us, maybe an inch. So see if that gets back into the flow.
Roger. Try here.
Still in the 20s.
I'm going to drop it down a little bit more.
Yeah, drop it down closer.
Okay. How does that read for you?
We're at 7.
Still cold.
Interesting. Okay, going to come a little bit closer to us then. How does this look?
We're at 15 in the 20s. Doesn't look like it's growing. It's back down to 8.
Huh, where did it go?
I think all the flow's now shifted towards us, so now probably that hot water's a little closer, I would guess.
Yeah.
Rather than it was going kind of up the hill and away, so we were reaching for it.
Can we go into the hole a little bit?
So your probe.
Might want to just try coming a little closer until maybe you're out of the fluid and then go back in, kind of get a sense of where
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
that is.
So let's say that this is kind of an edge of the orifice. We still are a little bit in it.
We're at 13.
Yeah, let's go forward and into it.
Roger. Forward and down is what
Yep.
I'm hearing. Roger, forward and down. Frozen here.
We're at 12.
A little more down.
Yeah.
How's that for you?
We're still at 19.
Forward more.
I think Josh is right. I think it's coming towards us.
Yeah.
Still gotta be focused somewhere though, right?
Yeah.
Sure. So this one's towards us.
If you want to see the location where all this water is going into, it's all these big tubes on.
Sorry, video. Would you mind pushing in, actually? Sorry
Yeah.
to cut you off. Okay, that's good. How about
Quad 3 now.
That's 40 right there. 45.
Not really going past 40. Oh, we're in, never mind.
Go, how about left? 1 inch.
I'll rotate a little bit? How's that looking?
We're in the 20s.
You see where the most vigorous stuff is? Is that behind it or can't?
Yeah, there's sort of
It
like
might
a
be
cloud.
to the left.
Let's try left more then.
Or sorry, to the right. The vigorous cloud he's talking about.
Yeah, try right then.
Yeah, let's see.
We're growing, we're in the 50s. Not, oh, 60s.
I think that, I'm not sure if that's a periphery one, but it looks like there's some concentrated vigorous flow there.
We're in the 60s.
I can push it more right, Eric, if you kind of see that orifice that I'm talking about.
Yeah, try a little bit more to the right.
All right, video, would you actually mind pushing in a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Right where the, now that it obscures the vision.
Yeah.
Actually, could I go full zoom just to focus real quick?
Hold that, please.
Okay.
What's that right there?
Alright,
90.
yeah.
That's pretty good.
Back
All
down
right,
to
I'm
the
frozen
70s.
here.
It's okay.
Video, you can go ahead and do your focusing if you'd like.
Just easier when we're right up in there.
It's like fluctuating from the 70s to the 90s.
All right, let's do
Just come out on Argus just a wee bit.
Yeah.
let's do 90 to 115.
Okay.
Hello.
Just a quick heads up for those of you following on
Gonna
Nautilus
wait till
Live.
they
We're just
switch.
undertaking a watch change now. 8 till 12 is checking out, 12 till 4 is checking in. That means communications will drop in and out a little bit with the Nautilus Live website as folks go offline to just brief their counterpart coming in. So just...
Should I start it or should I wait?
They should be frozen, I
They're
think.
frozen. Let's
Yeah.
start sample.
All right. Starting sample.
Yeah, Eric, you guys are currently frozen here.
This is our the end of our last watch. Our watch is ended. I mean, there are more after us, but for the day.
Good quote.
Thanks.
I think I might be back in a bit later, spotting some people off.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, my watch
Yeah.
never ends.
No. All right, does that make you Jon Snow?
I do know nothing.
Cool.
That was a
Well,
good
Thank
one.
you very much, 8 to 12 monkeys.
okay. Toodles. Here's Jess.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks.
So while we go through the change over here, let me just give those of you following on Nautilus Live a sense of what's coming up over the next few weeks. There's some pretty exciting cruises going on. After the Gorda Ridge expedition, the Pacific Seamounts expedition will be leaving on June 11th, arriving around June 22nd on Hawaii.
Thanks, Jess.
That's a mapping leg. And then June 22nd to July 13, there's a really exciting trip that the Nautilus is going to undertake to Palmyra Atoll, Kingman Reef and Jarvis Island, exploring the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. A really understudied part of the Pacific, with the focus on studying deep water coral environments. And then after that, heading to American Samoa for a fantastic piece of history, searching for the Samoan Clipper, a 1930s era float plane that was lost in the waters of American Samoa. This is back in the golden age of trans-Pacific flight, when Pan Am was trying to establish trans-Pacific airmail routes. So yeah, read about some of those upcoming expeditions on nautiluslive.org. Click on the tab for the expedition. And just let me give a shout out to the kindergarten class that's just joined us from New Jersey. I'll spend a moment or two just giving you a quick zoom in on what you're seeing. You're actually looking at a close-up camera view of a hydrothermal vent system that is 2,700 meters below the surface of the Pacific Ocean. This view is coming to you from a remotely operated vehicle called Hercules that's controlled by scientists whose voices you can hear in the control van of the exploration vessel Nautilus, a research ship that's currently floating on top of the Pacific Ocean. We are right on the other coast from you guys. We're about 180 kilometers off the coast of Northern California, Southern Oregon. We're just changing up a few things in the control van right now, but keep posting your questions on Nautilus Live and we'll hopefully feed some of those into the discussion. We love to welcome people of all ages to our exploration.
Can we get a real quick zoom out for a perspective shot? Perfect, thank you.
Hello, Nautilus Live in the science world.
Hey Jess, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, John?
I'm well, thank you. Looking forward to curing my hypothermia here in the corner of the control van.
Oh, it is the Arctic, isn't it? I'm about to put on another sweater. I'm wearing 2 pairs of pants, actually.
Oh, wow.
Gotta layer up.
It's like we're in the Arctic here.
So how's your Instagram takeover be going?
It's going, just started. It's hard. I'm working with Sarah, who is just on, and we're trying to bounce between our 2 watches. So I was just asleep, and now she's going to go sleep. So in between our watch naps and our watches, we're trying to make sure we get some great Instagram photos out. But definitely check it out at the Nautilus Live Instagram, and we're featuring all the women on Nautilus.
Yeah, all the different roles they fill, the
Yeah.
technical, scientific roles they fill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the statistic is that the Ocean
Trevor,
Exploration
too
Trust is majority run by women.
What's that?
Too hot. Let's
Can
move
we
it
pull
up.
it out?
Move it up like half an inch.
Up half an inch, roger.
You have a temperature, Eric?
It's 160 right now.
How's that?
That's a little cooler.
Cool.
Too cool.
Cool.
Too
For
cool for
school.
sampling. Too cool for shoaling?
Sampling.
Schooling? Shoaling?
All right, let's move it back down. Trevor, let's move it back down.
Back down.
Just a quick comment to our kindergarten class following us from New Jersey. Feel free to tell us the name of your school and we'll give you a shout out.
Where in New Jersey are they from?
That I'm about to find out, Eric. Is that your home state?
It's my home state.
Yeah.
Okay.
New Jersey. Central Jersey is a thing.
I'll give you guys an update in a moment. Stand by.
Nice.
Now, wait, I have a very important question for you, Cassidy.
What's up?
Is it pork roll or Taylor ham?
What?
I'm going to let everybody else debate just because I don't care enough to have an opinion on that.
Pork roll or what?
Taylor ham. It's basic.
Eric's like, obviously it's
Neither.
pork roll. What is
What do you
it?
call it?
Canadian
I don't
bacon?
even know what that is.
No way. Get out of New Jersey then.
What is that?
It's like a debate for the name of like a sausage breakfast meat.
It's basically Canadian
Oh, it's
Which also we don't call Canadian bacon in Canada.
bacon. What do you just call it ham?
We
Back
call it
bacon.
Canadian ham.
Back bacon.
Back bacon. Yeah.
We need to get warmer.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Canadian bacon until I was
Trevor.
like 19. Hello.
We need to move it down a little bit.
Down, I.
Who's our watch lead right now?
Lee.
Hi,
It's
it's
down.
me, it's Lee.
Hey, Lee.
Hi, sorry, we just did a bit of a handover, so yep, I'm on headset now. How
No,
you
that's
doing?
okay.
Welcome.
Pull it towards us a little bit, Trevor.
Towards.
Oh, there we go. 120, 113, 116, 150. Hot. Pull it up a little bit. Vertical. Just a smidge.
One smidge.
Too many smidges.
You need a half smidge?
Half smidge down.
Eric,
smidge
I think
down.
you need to define a smidge before you can say too many.
I only use smidges with Trevor. He knows what I mean.
160s down to like 7. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I think it's closer to us. It's shooting out towards
Roger.
us.
Just a heads up, you're a little bit quiet, Michelle.
Is that better?
That's much better, thank you.
That's still too far away?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 30 degrees.
30. It's not even close to what we want.
Michelle, which chart com are you on?
2.
That's too close?
No.
No, still
too
I
far.
30.
need to bump up
Too
her,
far.
her volume.
Too far. Wait, too.
Too cold. We
Yeah.
want warmer.
I want to go
in-
farther away now.
We
into
want
it, yeah.
above 90.
Go away from the ship, ROV.
Away, up, and away, but not up and up.
Not up though.
Out,
Just
out.
away, away, and away.
So just as we continue to try and find the right
We're the-
temperature,
How's
just
that?
50s, 40s.
Farther away? Oh, no.
No, I think the flow shifted.
It looks
Yeah.
like the sort of vigorous flows maybe to the left, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have to make a bigger move. You see where that really big flow in the middle is now? Oh wait, no, shifted again. Oh, hold on.
It's in the 30s, 50s.
Can we go to the left an inch?
1 inch to the left, sure.
Or 5 smidges?
5 smidges. We have now defined the smidge. It's 5 inches. Wait, did you say
No,
5 inches or
1
5?
inch.
A fifth of
1
an inch.
inch
One
is
inch
5
is
five
smidges.
smidges.
Sorry, I
Smidge is
reversed
a
it.
fifth of
We're
an
still
inch.
pretty cold.
The watch of highly scientific terms.
We're at only 4 degrees.
Alright, let's go left 3 inches.
3 inches.
3 inches.
That's a bold
AKA
move.
15 smidges.
There you go.
That's a lot of smidges.
I like this scale.
Still cold.
Still cold.
Let's go
going
inch away from the ROV. Did you copy that, Trevor?
Yeah.
Inch away.
53. No, no dice. 71. Let's go right 1 inch.
All right, 106.
There we go. Oh,
Never
Happy there?
mind.
Damn it.
Low again.
Away a smidge. There we go. 120, 130.
I feel it changed before I moved it.
Might have.
The force is with you.
Now it's back to 50. Let's try down into it an inch.
Getting into it. All right.
'90s, '80s.
Let's hold it there for a minute. I'm only getting wafts of 90. Let's try down a little bit into it.
Roger.
There we go.
120, 130, 140. A little too high now. 170.
Wow, that's sustained. Up a smidge.
Yikes. One smidge.
Because it's 170 right now.
There's a 1/5 of an inch up.
That's 150. One more smidge.
1/5 of an inch.
114.
Freeze.
Got me too late. I already moved.
Smidge back down.
Oh.
18 degrees. Wow, that was quick. $90, $75. $97.
Just as we find the right temperature here, let me make sure I finish my shout out to Brookside School in New Jersey. I hope your kindergarten class is still watching us as we explore these hydrothermal vent fields.
Trevor, let's bump it down just a little bit, like tiny. We're like just on the edge of it.
Roger.
If it helps you at all, Eric, apparently from Google, a smidgen is 1/32 of a teaspoon, so I don't know if you want to go to a finer gradation scale.
Is that going into volumes or in length
That's
still?
volumes.
It is.
That's volumes.
So unfortunately, I don't want to be a party pooper, but you guys have been using the word smidgen correctly.
We
Eric,
gotta redefine
what are
a
you
new
doing?
term. What should we use now?
Scotch.
Scotch. There, that's
That
good.
looks like a good position. Maybe not.
By the way, Eric, your
What a
Prevco
tease.
ground fault's falling. 367K now.
Oosh,
That's no bueno.
that's low.
We only have to use it for the rest of the sample.
If we ever finish the sample.
Budget down a little bit. Oh wait, no, it's 105.
Ah.
Caught me in time. Nice.
Now it's back down to 70.
Just kidding.
All right, let's move it down just a little.
A touch.
Touch. We're like right on the feather's edge.
A feather's touch.
Do we want me to zoom in
There we
closer
go.
so we can
That's good.
get a better idea
That's
of how far it's moving?
perfect. Oh.